When you look at the levels of horror and hell in Rafah this week, you'd be forgiven for asking yourself, what's the point of the activism? You know what I mean? Like when it's not making a difference on the ground. And that's a very, very dangerous thought to get into, in my opinion, guys, because it's exactly what Israel wants. What Israel wants at the moment, more than anything else, I think, is for the likes of you and me and activists all over the world to shut the f*** up about Palestine. So don't give them what they want. I'll be honest, some of the images that I saw this week in Rafah, I felt so overwhelmed, I felt like giving up. But speaking to my Palestinian friends, as long as your mental health can take it, what they need from us now, right, instead of scaling back, we need to amp everything up. And anyway, the activism is working. Look at Starbucks, look at McDonald's, they're posting record losses. Look at the politicians, look at the way they're pivoting. The Labour Party in Britain is a great example. At the start of the genocide, they're cheerleading for it. They're offering absolute impunity to Israel. It's grotesque. Now, the public statements are very different. They're distancing themselves. Why? They're tacticians. If there's votes in it, they'll flip-flop. I think Western leaders, more than anything else in the last 4 months, have illustrated that they don't give a fuck about Palestinian lives. They care about power and votes. So what I'm excited about is, if we can make that much of a difference with, say, 750,000 people on the streets of London, how do we get double? How do we get triple? I'm interested in the people who've been on the fence. Not Zionists. I'm not interested in an ideology that supports the mass murder of children. I'll never get my head around that. I'm not qualified to understand that degree of psychosis. I'm interested in people in the middle. How do we get them on the streets? There are people in the middle, I would imagine, who have been fed the propaganda from the Zionist side. You know, to those people I'd say, turn off your local news, turn off CNN, turn off BBC just for an hour, just for a few minutes, and turn on Al Jazeera. Ask yourself, when you look at the other side, have you been lied to? Is there more to it? There's remedies for everyone in the middle, in my opinion. If you're scared about someone said to me the other day, I'm scared about jumping on the bandwagon. I've been doing nothing, I don't want to jump on the bandwagon. Every Palestinian I've spoken to anyway would just like you to get off the fence. They'll actually offer you a hand to come onto the bandwagon. It's just numbers. We just want more people on the street. You'd be made very welcome. Some of the most beautiful, life-affirming experiences of my life have been on Palestinian solidarity marches. Contrary to what the British government would like you to think, rather than being hate marches, they're love-ins. You'll be made so welcome. And there'll be people who just want this whole thing to go away. You know, you're just thinking, I just want to go back to posting about my weekends away. I want to turn on the news and not see anything about Gaza. I'm sorry, guys, but there's no going back to normal. The world is different forever. Everything has changed. All masks have dropped. There's no way that we can go back to normal after a bunch of people have been live streaming their own genocide and ethnic cleansing for 4 months. And instead of the West intervening, the West has actually been providing the weapons for the genociders to do it. And now, to add insult to injury, some Western leaders are blocking humanitarian aid getting to the desperate victims. So join us on the streets, because we can make a difference. Let's see 3 times the numbers. Because if we get the numbers to just completely explode, you can be part of a movement that saves lives and brings these fucking bastards to justice. A friend of mine, Omar from Gaza, said, you know, tell the West if you get a chance, even if they don't care about us, it could be them next. Because this rogue state is breaking international law. It's not just a war or annihilation of Palestinians. It's an annihilation of decency, of reason, of humanity, of international law. They've stated, their Prime Minister has stated that not even The Hague will stop them. Well, I tell you who will stop them. We will. We can. Join your local Palestinian solidarity group. Get to your march this weekend and be part of, I'm promising you, the most fulfilling, most important thing you'll ever do with your life. Free Palestine.